Hello everybody, this is the Anime Bro here, and welcome to another video. Now today I want to talk about one of my favorite anime shows of all time, and that is That Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime. Since Season 2 Part 2 is being released during the time of this recording, I thought it would be a good time to tell you guys why you should watch it. Now before this video starts, I will tell you that there won't be any major spoilers, although I will tell you the names of some characters in the show. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. And now, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first reason that I have is that the morality is great. In this world lives both monsters and humans / demi-humans. Now normally in a show where the main character is a monster, all monsters would be good while humans would be considered bad. Well, that's not the case in this anime. There are good and bad people on both sides, with those people having good and bad characteristics inside of them. On the monster side, you could see someone like Rimuru Tempest, the main character who just wants to live a normal life in his city, but if someone was to destroy his city, then he wouldn't hesitate for revenge. Or you can have someone like Gabiru, who tries to take over the throne, but only because he thinks it is what's best for his kind. Now this also goes with the human side. You can have someone like King Gazel, who is a great ruler that isn't corrupt in any way, but knows when to be tough when the time comes for it. Or you can have someone like Hinata Sakaguchi, who wants to destroy Rimuru City, but because she is doing it for the religion that she believes in. Now why is this a reason to watch it, you may ask? Well, in my opinion, it helps make the character feel like actual people instead of cardboard boxes. Because if one person was always a strictly good or strictly bad, then it makes everything they do very predictable. But if each person was both good and bad, then it makes their actions more unexpected, therefore more exciting. This is similar to One Piece, where Luffy is a good person who cares a lot for his friends, but won't hesitate to punch someone if they harm them. Or you can have someone like Akainu, a person who takes out any marine not doing their job, but also any pirates that are breaking the law. With gray morality, you can have someone good be questionable, but also someone bad be relatable. So the second reason that I have is that events that happen throughout the story are brought up later. Now in One Piece, things are never forgotten. It could be something as big as a villain's defeat to something as small as someone's bounty poster. No matter what is shown, it will always get an answer or have an effect in the story somehow. Now this is similar to what happens in this anime. Whenever something happens, it is brought up in the future as either a way that will help Rimuru or cause him more problems. Just like in One Piece, it could be something as small as someone showing up in the city or as big as a war. Now why is this a reason? Well, it makes you more observant to the show. You can see something that happened 19 episodes ago that still has an impact on the story, making you think of what might happen next, but also making each action that Rimuru makes have consequences in the long run. This makes you wonder if what he did was good or bad for everyone that he cares for. So my third and final reason why you should watch this is that there are many different races and kingdoms that help build this world. Now, while I was writing this script, I asked my mother to give me a reason to watch one of her favorite shows. And one of the reasons that she brought up was that it had many different aliens in it that made the world bigger. Now this is obviously a fantasy show, not a sci-fi, so there weren't going to be any aliens. But it did have different races with their own kingdoms, cultures, and even governments. Now I put this as a reason because it helps build the world as something bigger than a couple of cities. It makes you wonder what other nations you might run into if you went exploring. It helps create a history for the world being presented to you, like how they live, what they value, what wars they have been in, what type of religion they worship, stuff like that. And it also is great when nations are different to others because it builds the curiosity that one might have. As a fantasy nut myself, I really enjoy a show when it builds its world. To me, it is a way for me to escape into a wondrous and fantastic world. Now, before I end this video, I want to tell you about a show that is similar to this one, and that is Game of Thrones. Now before I continue, I will say that these things that are in Game of Thrones are not in this anime. Okay, now let's move on. Now the first reason why I say this is basically the first reason in the video. The morality is great. In these stories, the people are not doing things because they are morally right, they're doing it because they think it's right for them. If someone was to attack Rimuru City for any reason, then Rimuru would show them no mercy. If someone from the Stark family was to die by another family, then they would go and fight for revenge. Basically, I'm saying in both stories, people do things not because it's morally right, but because they think it's right. Now, the second reason why I say this is the use of strategy before big conflicts. In this show, every time big battles happen, instead of going straight to the fighting, they have an episode where they discuss the formation that everyone needs to be in for them to win. This is similar to Game of Thrones, where large-scale battles have strategies before we see its outcome. I really do like this because it doesn't seem like the battles actually come from strength, but from intelligence. Now, I know that many anime shows do have strategies. I'm not saying that this is the only one, I'm just giving a reason why it's similar to this show. And the final reason that I have is the focus on politics. Now, the one thing that makes Slime different from most isekai anime that I've seen is the political part of its world. Every action that Rimuru does, he first needs to think how it will make his city look to others. If he defeats a monster, what will the human nations think of it? If he allies with a powerful monster, will he be able to get trade routes to other nations? All the actions that he does leads to what his city will look like to other nations. Now, in Game of Thrones, it is very similar to this. If someone really wanted a very influential person dead, then they must think of what would happen if he were to do so. If someone loves a person but is betrothed to someone else, they must think of what would happen if they followed their hearts. Everything that happens in these shows always comes down to politics and how it affects the world, meaning that everything has consequences. And that is the end of this video. I hope that I was able to convince you to watch this show. Now, as always, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this. And see you guys later. Peace!